Previously on Duck Hunter.
They are scouting. Coalition is coming in. It is infantry. All I gotta do is switch to cav. Sorry, I was in infantry there, but I switched to cav. There was no carpets or anything, so I had like a million years to switch there. They used the bunny for the first one because they don't know my comp. They're probably gonna get capped. They thought so. They decided to go in. I'm just gonna go into range because that's usually what's happening. They're not really carpeting. It's a range rally. Kind of already knew that. So I can just sit here and watch his rally slowly come in here. I mean, now it's speeding up, but at this point, I could have went over to the kitchen and made a sandwich or something like that. Like, I know some people are really slow at switching stuff, but if you're setting a rally at like that at me, you need to carpet in at least within 3 or 4 seconds. They're going to try and spam me, but that won't do anything. I'm just going to hit the heal button right now. Go up here, check the coalition. It is a range rally. Boom, don't need to do anything, so I'll just sit here. Like that, I had plenty of time to swap if I wanted to, but again, didn't need to. You can see he did 427. Oh, sorry. He did 608. He did more damage that time. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh, before we get into today's video, I have to tell you about the amazing deals at the Huawei AppGallery. Again, if you are not taking advantage of these deals, you are just throwing money away. So keep in mind, you have to play Lords Mobile through the Huawei AppGallery app. I will have the just download link in the description down below. Go download Huawei AppGallery, download Lords Mobile, and then buy your packs through that to access these deals. Again, you also have to set your location to one of the following: Ireland, UK, New Zealand, or Australia. I personally use Ireland or New Zealand as I find they have the best deals. So for the month of August, starting on the 8th, we have a 15% off coupon plus an extra 15% back in points, so 30%. Plus there's a VIP program where you can get extra deals. There is a 3 times daily 15% off coupon. So there is 6 options for you to pick. You can pick up to 3 per day. Come back each day and grab some more coupons. Each coupon will expire after 7 days. So for example, if you want a 99 € pack, make sure you are claiming the one in the bottom right that says 99 euros. And there is also a 15% points back on all your purchases. So any purchase made through the Huawei AppGallery Lords mobile app, you'll get 15% points back they can use on future purchases. So you're saving a ton of money, up to 30%. Plus there's a VIP program, so make sure you join that as well. So for all the links today, go down to the description. You'll find the Huawei AppGallery download link. You'll find this campaign link where you can get all the coupons and everything down there as well. Also, you can download Lords Mobile through this campaign link if you haven't already. I will also leave the Discord link for the Huawei AppGallery and the admin's Discord ID in the description down below. Add them if you have any questions about this, have any problems setting it up, or any questions on how to actually claim all this. I will leave their stuff there. Anyways, we'll get back to the video. Hey, so we are back. Let's get started on the first rally. So the rallies you saw at the beginning of the video were from the previous clip. They were also from the same guild that's going to be hitting me right here from FF. So they know I'm a trap, I'm pretty sure at this point. Obviously, they saw my kills and stuff, so it's really hard to hide it. You can see I do have a fake set, which is a fake real set. It's full jeweled out. It's pretty decent fake set. A lot of people's real gear is like that, so I can take rallies in that gear. I also have a real set you saw, which was Mythic Champ on this account. It does have a Mythic Champ main hand now. This was before I switched that out and made that piece. Unfortunately, I can't put the videos out right after I take them, just because as soon as I put a video out, people know the account and they stop hitting me. In every single time I post a video, it's really hard to get hit for about a week after I post that video. So I do like to space them out, so I'm not just not trapping at all at any time. So that's what's going on here. This was from a little bit while back, but you get to see what happened here. So FF Shining is going to be going in very soon. They start spamming me here, which actually gives me the indication that they know I'm online and they know I'm trapping. So they tested me in range, so I'm pretty sure they're not going to be going infantry if they know I'm online. So what I'm going to do is just sit in range. It's kind of stupid when they test you in range and sit in range, but in this situation, I just had the thought that they're going to go cav, and it was cav, and I was able to cap it, didn't have to switch or anything like that. It all worked out perfectly fine. Unfortunately, the leader did kind of mess up. He decided to pop his attack boost before the rally walked, and we knew it was Cav before it even started walking. So again, he did test me in range foul. As you can see here, they are doing the tests here. So his infantry blast, I believe, did the most. Oh, it was range that did more than the Cav, sorry. So again, same thing. You don't need to send three tests to know that I'm sitting in range. If the range does more than Cav, it's kind of obvious. You can see the Cav basically did nothing. So they kind of knew I was in range already. He decided to go Cav, which is very, very interesting because, again, I guess he thought I was going to swap phalanxes before the actual march started, so that's why he went Cav. It makes sense, but again, if for whatever reason I wasn't online, he was about to send Cav into my range because he tested me in range. So it's a very tricky way to do it. Again, it kind of triggered me thinking that he was going to do something tricky because they started spamming me. And again, usually don't spam an offline target unless you're trying to wake them up. So again, they thought I was online. So that's why I ended up just sitting in range, where normally I would switch to something else. Again, if you're baiting in range, you're trying to bait them to send an infantry blast, so you'd switch to Cav. But in this situation, since they were spamming me, I'm pretty sure they weren't going to send an infantry blast because they knew I was online and they knew I probably wouldn't be sitting in the same formation. So they decided to go Cav. But because they spammed me, it kind of triggered me to think that, again, they weren't going infantry, so I just stayed in range. It's kind of like we're playing rock, paper, scissors here, and again, it's some advanced rock, paper, scissors strats. You'll see what I do in the next one as well. Again, I'm thinking rock, paper, scissors, what they might send, what they won't send. And again, in this situation, I wasn't expecting Cav. I was actually expecting them to send range, but I was just sitting in range otherwise because if I switched to anything else, they might counter me. So again, it was all a big thing in my head. So let me know what your strats are when you're rally trapping. But my strat is I always try to get into the other leader's head, think what they're thinking. Again, they'd already hit me 3 times, so they know I'm a trap. So they were trying something different and trying to trick me. And I kind of realized that as soon as they started spamming and all that. So again, they sent out quite a bit of tier 5. It was over 1 million tier 5. They only did 364k to my front line, 2.1 mil to my siege. Again, my siege count's a little bit low now because I had already taken 3 rallies previous to this. Again, if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. It's probably the last 11k hero takes a rally video on my channel, so just go back like 10 videos and go try and find that one if you haven't seen that. Again, I posted all the traps of that video right before this video started, so you get to see what happened. But if you want to watch the whole video, go watch that. So again, the Pack 5 familiars did trigger pretty soon. Even though they only did like 300k to my front line, I still had the Pack 5s triggering. Well, I mean, that's probably one of the reasons they only did 300k to my front line, is because my Pack 5 triggered so early that he lost a lot of damage. And you can see he is a legit leader. He's got a bunch of Mythic Champ in there in his actual Cab Blast. He's almost full Mythic Champ in his Cab Blast. Ton of stars, ton of artifacts, all that stuff. So again, Harlem Shake is back in this video. I was baiting offline. I think I might have just dropped my shield. Am I in Fury right now? I'll double check that after. But he's coming in and testing my front line, see if he wants to start another rally on me. I capped Harlem Shake in the previous video as well, and this would be technically the 5th rally they would set on me in like 2 days. So if they set a rally here, they're getting a little bold and they're not really thinking, because again, this account is very easy to notice once you know the accounts in the kingdom. It's very hard to hide it. So going in, testing my front line here. Yeah, I am in Fury. So again, all I do is set a rally on a empty castle, set an 8-hour rally on an empty castle, break my shield, and a lot of times the shield bots won't pick up that you went into Fury or anything like that. They'll just pick up that your shield dropped and they'll port next to you and try to come hit you. And in this situation, that was one of them. So again, he's testing my front line. He really loves testing, by the way. If you missed my previous video, he tested my garrison about 8 times, even though it obviously says defeated by garrison. For whatever reason, he didn't notice that and kept testing the garrison, and obviously wasn't testing my front line, so I was basically dropping no might, and obviously that didn't really give them any information. So at this situation, I'm wondering how tricky they will be, since they were tricky last time. So I'm like, I am in cav. If they test me in cav, a lot of times what they'll do is, if they know I'm online, because if they test me in cav, they'll like normally they would send range. So if I was to counter that, I would switch to infantry, because infantry counters the range which they'll be sending into my cav. But if they want to be tricky, they send cav instead and then carpet it and full counter my infantry. So what I can do is just switch to range instead of that, and hope that they're not going to send an infantry blast into cav like they did last time. Again, it's all rock, paper, scissors stuff. So, like I said, last time they totally changed it up and went cav into my range test for whatever reason. But usually they won't send an infantry to cav. It's just, I don't know. Like, you never know with people, though, nowadays. They do what they want, but that's kind of the situation. And more likely than not, if you sit in cav formation, they test you in cav, they will send range. If they think you're online, they will send a cav blast, because they think you're going to switch into your infantry to counter the range that you're trying to make them go. So very unlikely would they ever send an infantry rally. Obviously this guild might do that, but normally that would not happen. There would not be an infantry rally sent at you. So just because you're sitting in cav, and if you are offline, they're just full countering themselves for no reason. So if anything, they would probably send a cav at your cav because they think you're going to switch to infantry. So again, if you're trying to follow what I'm saying, it makes sense, because you're playing rock, paper, scissors. You're trying to guess what they're doing, and they're trying to guess what you're doing. Obviously, if they think you're offline, they're just going to send what they tested. If they think you're online and trapping, they'll probably send the opposite and try to counter what you would switch to. So again, like I said, if you're in cav, they're going to send range at you. So as a trap, you want to switch to infantry. But in that certain situation, you're sitting in cav, you actually technically don't need to go into infantry. You can just go into range and then get a garrison, and the garrison sometimes takes out the fodder and automatically throws you in infantry. So if they send that for whatever reason, you'll cap it in, you'll take out the fodder, range will hit your infantry, and you just auto counter. Anyway, so it looks like what's his face decided to fill up his infirmaries there, testing me, all that. Sorry, I got into a whole little thing about countering and doing the testing. But again, this is a different situation. I did end up moving, and it looks like KZ decided to find me. Same thing. I think my shield dropped, and they started poured on me, and they started testing my front line. Again, it wasn't my shield drop. I went into Fury and dropped my shield. Same thing. They came in, decided to actually come and hit me. And they will be actually rallying me in this one. Unlike the last one, where the guy decided to just fill up his infirmaries and take some reds, testing me, and ended up just canceling the rally. Because he did try to rally me in the first one, and then pour it away, came back, and tried to test me again, and then fill up his infirmaries. So anyways, again, I am in cav foul. So in this situation, like I said, if I'm in cav foul, they'll probably send a range rally. So what some people would do is switch to infantry. I wouldn't do that. I would switch to range, because the likelihood of them sending a infantry rally into my cav foul is very low. So I will switch the range and then hope my garrison takes out the fodder if they do send a range rally, or I could just full counter and put myself in infantry. But a smart lead will probably send a range rally that's not in what's called a formation where you can take out the fodder, or something like even just sending a range rally and range phalanx will actually work, because the garrison won't take out your fodder then. So anyways, they're starting the rally. It looks like Murphy's going to be the rally lead, the person who did test me. KZ Lame is next, or sorry, it's Larmy, not Lame, sorry. Sorry I butchered your name. It's not KZ Lame. Anyways, he's going to be the rally lead here. Again, I am asking for mixed reinforcements if they can reinforce me, obviously, and then asking for a garrison. So it looks like I think Ninja decided to garrison me there as well. I'm just asking for tier 5 mix just because it's the highest tier I can have. Just checking my wall, making sure everything's okay, checking my formation. You can see my formation's good. Not my formation, my talents are good. My wall's good, it has my 11k heroes on there. I have my fake leader as my my Rose Knight. Again, I could put just full army attack heroes with army HP because I do have full pay to play on this account, but in this situation decided to just go with that and see what happens. Again, I'm expecting a range rally because I think I'm offline. There could also be a cav. I really don't expect an infantry one. So just throwing my gear on, going to check. It looks like a range rally like I was expecting. I'm just going to switch to infantry. Not in this situation. It didn't actually matter because my I think my garrison did take out their fodder. I'm going to switch back. Unfortunately, I don't have a main hand on construction. I didn't realize that when I was switching back to my construction set that there is no what's called construction main hand on this account. Had to make one after that because of that, but yeah, that was the first time I did that. So anyways, yeah, you can see the garrison did take out the fodder. Would have threw me into infantry no matter what, so that counter I didn't really matter at all. It would have went into infantry no matter what. So again, you can see here 463 to my front line, not too much damage at all. 0 reds to the front line again. This account still hasn't taken any reds on his front line from all the rallies I've showed so far. Again, all the damage was in the siege, 1.7 mil to the siege. You can see all the fodder from the actual thing was taken out by the garrison. So that's why you go cav foul, get them the test. Hopefully they send a range. You take a garrison, hopefully it takes out that, and then you don't get countered. Even if they send range and for whatever reason doesn't take out the counter and you're in range, it's not so bad because it's range on range at least. If you're going to do that, make sure you are sitting in range foul, not range wedge, because range wedge is not great against a range blast. It's very unlikely they'll send infantry. If they are sending infantry, at least it's the slowest march, and you'll have time to counter that way. If they carp the infantry in there, they're just playing like 3000 IQ strats there, and they got you, and it does happen because sometimes you lose the rock paper scissors, sometimes you don't. So we'll take a look here. Even with 18 million tier 1 siege, my siege will get taken out and activate the pack 5 familiars. It will be a little bit later than the previous one. When I had 9 mil, it activated at like 2 point something mil. At this one, it actually going to activate a little bit later from the damage, just because I have so much siege. But sometimes you just got to rebuild your siege up, and it happens. So you can see they are stacking up. Here comes my pack 5s. They only have like 800k left, unfortunately, but it does take out, I think it was like 200k, 200 something k damage. So again, that's the reason why you have the siege. As soon as that happens, it should trigger your siege. It does damage. Your front line doesn't take any damage, and again, after all these rallies I've taken, I still have the exact same front line. Nothing really in Sanctuary or anything. Like, none of my front line has been taken out. It's basically an alt siege for all these rallies. So it is very specific to this account. Keep in mind, siege won't be the best in all accounts, but it does seem to work on this one. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this 11k hero trapping video. We'll have some more. I will just post once a week so that I have the video spread out and the trapping is okay and not like messing up the trapping all the time. Because like I said, every time I post one of these videos, I can't trap for a week just because everyone knows the account and everyone's eyes are on the account and all that. So I gotta wait like a couple weeks after every single time I post a video to actually trap, or it just doesn't make any sense. So anyways, hope you guys enjoyed this, and I'll see you guys in the next one.